Welcome everybody to Spearfishing Down Under. I'm heading for a dive tomorrow and I'm going to take you all along with me, which will be cool. Tomorrow I'm actually diving alone. Diving alone is not the safest and I don't recommend it a whole bunch, but something that you got to do when can't get anybody else to go. So I'm loading the boat, chucking the boat on the ute so I can get up really early in the morning and hopefully get out and shoot a few fish tomorrow. As I take you along, I'll be targeting a mackerel because mackerel season's back open again. Always love chasing snapper, tuskies, those really nice reef fish. And challenge for tomorrow is inshore, no current areas are pretty filthy, so I'm not real sure what the conditions are going to be like offshore current wise, and I'll jump in the boat, pack the boat and talk you through some of the setup that I'll be looking at using just to be able to dive tomorrow by myself. Alrighty, now as I'm loading up the boat, tomorrow I'll be diving off the back of the boat when there's current. I'll anchor in front of the spot and run a mermaid line. This is just ski rope. I got under there already about 30 meters, and then I got another 60 meters here. So I've got a little rig line there too, so I can run about 100 meters out behind the boat, attach it to a float, and I can sort of dive off that into the area I want to dive into. Then if I shoot something really big and get dragged back a bit, I can sort of work my way back to that. And this is how I'm going to basically dive tomorrow. I know I've mentioned mermaid lines before. This is what it is. It's simply just a long rope that goes out the back. We hold on to breathe up, pull back to the boat if the current's a little bit too strong, and that's the sort of thing that we're looking to do. All right, let's load this boat up. Hope that water temperature doesn't drop too much. Been raining a lot. Might actually bring a vest tomorrow. I haven't been wearing a vest. Water's been really warm, which I love warm water, so I'm pretty stoked with that. Hopefully it's not too cold just yet, but if so, vest it will be. That wasn't supposed to happen. The boat all tied up. I don't have far to run. Now, further than some, I run about an hour to any boat ramp really from where we are, but not too bad considering last time I went diving I drove 16 hours, and that's going to be a cool adventure for you guys to see. Shot myself a nice marlin, and yeah, look out for that one. Good morning, on my way, and as always through Brizzy, sitting in traffic, making an hour run to the boat ramp, an hour and a half, which is painful, but the weather looks really good. When I woke up first thing this morning, it was a massive storm, really heavy rain, so I just waited for a little bit just to let that clear, and it looks like it's cleared and that wind's dropped right out, so hopefully going to have a bit of a flat day, which helps sometimes when you're diving alone. Drift the boat a little bit, we'll see how we go. Hopefully there's no current, but I couldn't get 2 weeks in a row with no current. That would be a little bit too lucky, so we'll see how we go. In water, ready to rock. Absolute glass out. I can't believe it. It looks so flat, so calm, and like no boats in the water, no cars in the car park. Stoked. See how we go. Hopefully stays flat like this all day. Bit overcast, which I don't really mind. Hopefully some fish, that'd be great. Some reef fish would be number one priority. Some really good reef fish is top of the list. Hoping for that. I'll keep posted as we go through. We're going to do this all together today, and by myself, so you come along with me. That'd be amazing. Cracking day. Flat palm. Getting into it. How is the condition? A bit overcast, but oh my gosh, absolutely no wind. About to put my gear on, and found some blue water, but to look at some fish as well. Ran through patches, blue, dirty. Obviously we've had a lot of rain, so let's see if we can find some fish. Okay, spot number one. So there's a little bit of current, and so I run a mermaid line, got an anchor, just trying to get the boat sitting in front of it, see if we can dive that front edge of that rock with the current coming onto it. And snapper, tuskies, kingfish, mackerel, they're all sort of fish that are on target in this sort of area. So I've shot mulloway here before, but only once, so unlikely that I'll shoot one today, but that'd be cool if we did. Well, let's get that anchor down and get in the water. This is how I set it up, just basically float on, rope out and just connect them. I reckon looking at this current, it's probably going to do it all day, so I'll just keep it set up at the back of the boat and spot to spot, changing, working with this current, working with what it is, and hopefully finding some fish and taking you on the journey. Alright, I'm in, wish me luck. Obviously diving alone, making sure I'm safe as I can be. Biggest danger here is obviously shallow water blackout and sharks, and making sure I dive well within my limits and nice and safe when I'm diving. And obviously if the sharks get bad, I'm out and move spots, because here alone I don't have that extra added protection of mates with me, so wish me luck.
When I first jumped in the water, I just loaded up my gun. I also swam against the current just to make sure if I get dragged too far away from that mermaid line, I'm able to get back to the boat. I can see that I'm actually able to swim against the current, but it's just too strong to swim against and dive. Very first dive of the day. Always love that first dive. Head starts to clear, and as I head down to the bottom, I look up just to see what I could see. Scanned the bottom and I could just see off in the distance there was a school of trevallies, and in the middle of them was a kingfisher. That fish just swam straight towards me. Aimed up. I'd already seen a shark on the way down. Made sure I stoned it. As I head to the surface, dragging that fish with me, I'm glad I stoned it, because in comes a bull shark.
First dive of the day, stone shot on a kingy. Shot kingies here before, so not something that I wasn't expecting, but yeah, stoked. Great first dive.
I did another dive on this spot. As I got to the bottom, I noticed there wasn't a whole bunch of fish around. Saw all the fish spook around me that were there and turned around to see a shark just buzz near my head. Figured, you know what, it's time to move spots.
Nice kingy to start the day. So cool. Well, on to the next spot. Spot number 2, about to get in. If you're ever looking for something to help stop your goggles fogging, this stuff is actually really cool. I've been using it for the last couple of months. It's epic. I had this issue with my goggles kept fogging, and beautiful stuff for it. Frog spit, Drano stuff, really cool. This spot, snapper again as always. I think every spot looking for snapper. Hopefully a mackerel at this spot. I've shot a few here. Tuskies, I have shot a bunch of tuskies, and usually there's jacks here. Not sure if I'll take a jack. I'll see how I feel, see how big he is, but ready to get in.
First dive of the new spot was looking so fishy. As I left the surface, I noticed a shark off in the distance. Tucked my head in and I headed down to the bottom. As I got close to the bottom, I could see a huge school of mangrove jacks, and took my eyes off them, and I was searching for snapper through the surgeonfish. Scratching on the bottom, just looking around. Jacks all behind me everywhere. No snapper off in the distance, but I could see a big school of parrotfish come in. Wasn't after a parrotfish. I was really not keen on one of those jacks, but they just swam around me, laying on the bottom for quite a bit. I decided I was going to take one of those jacks. Now, my thinking was I want to try and stone it, because those sharks were already there before I left the surface. Oh man, pulled the trigger, clipped it high, swum off to live another day. Trying to stonefish, worried about sharks, so painful. How about you hold your breath here and come dive with me? As I leave the surface, I always love to look up and see just the air disappearing as I head to the bottom. Tuck my head in, make sure I'm streamlined, have my arm by my side, make sure that I'm not drawing on the water as I head to the bottom. I don't look up, I keep my head tucked in. I only start to just peer around a little bit as I get closer to the bottom. Mainly looking at the fish that are around and where I'm about to land. As I come down here, I can see some really cool fish off in the distance. Just started scratching and I noticed some really nice moo. Love targeting these fish, always tough to shoot. I just tucked my head down, scratched a little bit. Those moo kept the distance as moo usually do and I couldn't get anywhere near them. But I noticed a nice coronation trout started to swim over and caught my attention. Tucked my head down, scratched a little bit. He came a little bit closer, I just kicked off the bottom, aimed up. As he turned, took my shot, and I hit him a little bit high. And I was just so gentle trying to bring that fish up. Now, I didn't want to leave it down too long because sharks were everywhere, but I just dragged that fish up slowly with me. As I'm heading back to the surface, my very first thought goes to looking to see if there's any sharks going to come and get my fish. Making sure that when I'm speaking to myself, just relax, check for the sharks, look up to the surface and see I'm really close to that surface. Back down, check for sharks again, ready to take my good recovery breath when I get to the surface. Landed a really nice coronation trout. I love these fish.
Wow, they are so beautiful. So good to eat as well. Big coros. Love getting these things down home here. Just such hard fish to shoot. So beautiful to shoot. What a fish. So cool.
Next dive, it was still so fishy. So got to the bottom, still jacks there, still looking at me. Off in the distance I could see moo, so I started scratching again. These moo just headed off straight away, didn't want to even know anything about me. Jack swimming all around, but there was a nice cod, and he was just looking at me. I love eating my cod. I aimed up.
Hit his car in the rear.
Again, thinking about those sharks, I thought I need a stone shot. I pulled the trigger, and I clean missed. Absolutely cannot believe it. Did not even touch him. Clean missed him, trying to stone him. Shocker. I get to the surface, and I was stoked I missed. Straight away, big shark came and buzzed me. Heading to the bottom of this next dive, I could notice the water was just starting to get a little dirtier. Still fishy as anything. I could still see jacks off in the distance, moo off in the distance. Got to the bottom and just scratched a little bit. So much fish, surgeons swimming around me, trevallies, so much going on. Then I noticed a really nice tusk fish, one of my favourite eating fish. Crept slowly forward. That fish was just slowly swimming away. I lined up again for the stone shot. Tiny little bit high, and he smoked me into the bottom. Oh man, this is the worst case scenario when you're diving alone. Fortunately for me, he decided to swim out of the bottom, and then I just dragged him with me. wasn't going to leave him down. I knew that if I left him down, shark was going to eat him. Dragged him with me, made sure I got him to the surface.
Well, that was pretty cool. Big Coro, nice tusky. I'm eating good. There's dinner sorted. Stoked at that cool fish. Really yummy. Two of the best eating fish we have here actually. The tuskies are really good. My favourite. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Coro. Man, they're gorgeous fish. Stoked. I think I'll make a move though because there is still fish here. Jacks and stuff like that. The sharks are starting to get friendly and pulling those fish off the bottom. I know the next one I shoot is actually going to get eaten, so just move on. Problem diving alone. No one to really fend fish off for you, so yeah, I think I'll just make a move. Well, spot 3, a little bit of rain, anchors out. Just going to reset everything, and that last spot was cool, fishy as anything. I blew a couple of fish, happens. Trying to shoot fish, I just stone them so sharks don't eat them. Just a couple of inches high and blew it. Anyway, next spot, looking for moo again, most likely. Hopefully snapper. Don't feel whole snappery today. It's a little bit clean, a little bit hard work for a snapper, but we'll see how we go a bit later on.
This first dive in a new spot, I came down, so fishy, heaps of surgeons, saw some parrots off in the distance, and a really big gold spotted wrasse. This is a cool fish, really big one, but he didn't even want to know me. The next dive was a little bit less fishy, there was no surgeons. But as I came to the bottom and scanned just to check out what was there, above my head I noticed a nice mackerel come in. Honestly, it spooked me a little bit, I spooked him a little bit, and then I focused on, again, trying to get a stone shot just so I didn't have shark problems. Lined him up, swam past me, straight through the pec fin, snapped his spine, did a twirl. I thought I've landed him for sure. Started swimming up, did a little kick, I looked back down, just to see the flopper pull straight back through and the fish came off. Absolutely gutted. When you look at this flopper, you can see a big piece of bone jammed in the front of the flopper. That bone came from the spine of the fish as I shot it, and as soon as I put pressure on to pull that fish up, it just slid straight back through. The outcome is losing a fish, really disappointing. I got my head together and stopped being frustrated and dove again, headed to the bottom. And there's two really nice blue bar parrots. The bigger one was chasing the smaller one, both males. I decided I was going to take that biggest one and he came straight at me. Pulled the trigger, shot him not as good as I wanted to, but landed myself a really nice blue bar parrot. threw the parrotfish in the boat, and as I reloaded, I looked over to see a bull shark swimming straight at me. Stupid bull shark, he came underneath me, I gave him a bit of a poke, and he took off so erratically. Man, these sharks can be frustrating. Breathed up and I dove again. As I was heading to the bottom, I noticed the second blue bar parrot was still sitting amongst those surgeonfish. Thought for sure it was going to swim away, and I just scanned around. I looked back to see where it was, and that thing didn't learn from his mate getting shot. And I took him as well. Stoked. Such tasty fish. One of my favourite to eat. Just like tusk fish. Beautiful white fillets.
Well, that spot was not quite what I was hoping for, but a couple of parrots, which are really yum to eat. Some of our favourite fish. Coro, tusky parrots, really beautiful. So I'm eating well, but see what else I can find. Hopefully dig a snapper up somewhere. Spot number, I can't remember what. Pretty keen to shoot a mackerel here. I've had a couple of chances, shot one and flopper just didn't open. I don't know, just been a bit of a disaster on some of those things, to be honest, today. Listen, it doesn't always work out perfectly for me either. You know, some days I have days like you. But hopefully mackerel is what I find. I'm certain I'm going to find sharks here because the sharks are already on me fairly heavily, but we'll see how we go.
I did a quick dive. As I got to the bottom, I noticed the water had got incredibly dirty at this spot. On the surface, it was twice as dirty, even as the bottom. Decided I think it was probably best to jump out and head to another spot, seeing as though it was probably going to be hard to find a mackerel.
Well, that dirty water's finally caught up to me. It's been just hanging off, but the last spot way dirtier than all the rest, which is, it is what it is. Good snapper water, great shark water. We'll see how we go. Well, I'm in again. Unfortunately, nowhere we can dive is out of the dirty water, so hopefully it's snapper o'clock and dirty water o'clock and not shark o'clock. We'll see how we go. Wouldn't mind finding another mackerel after the heartbreak earlier one, but I'm in.
First dive in this new spot, I came down and realised it was really fishy. Heaps of surgeons sitting on the edge of this ledge. I looked off in the distance, I could see moo, I could see jobfish, and I just laid down and began to scratch. The moo hung off there in the distance and jobfish started coming in, as in fact a couple of them. One was a really nice fish. Tucked down, scratched, but they just didn't want to know me. Next dive, I just repositioned myself and landed a bit better on the bottom. Come down in that sand patch, and I was just surrounded by fish. Fusiliers, surgeonfish, little bream, tarwine, so much fish, and I just began to scratch. Jobfish come in a couple of times, but it wasn't real big. I was hoping to see if I could see the bigger jobfish or the moo. Kept scratching, looking around. Finally, two moo come straight at me really fast. I could see the second one was bigger than the first, so I waited. Turned, pulled the trigger. Oh, perfect stone shot. Love that when the water's a little bit dirtier. Again here you can see the bone stuck in the front of this flopper. This is the same thing that happened to that mackerel, and it's something that caused you to not open the flopper when you're trying to pull a fish in.
Whoa, another nice move. Phew. Oh, that's a great added to the esky. Stoked.
Next dive I headed to the bottom. The current had actually shifted a little bit and the boat was sitting in a bit different direction. I come down and landed in the wrong spot behind the reef. I was crawling my way up over the reef, and as I put my head above the reef I noticed there was a nice moo and jobfish right in front of me. Unfortunately I just spooked him and wasn't able to get a shot.
Well, big moo, great addition to the esky. Getting late, gonna keep moving along, see if I can find some more fish before it's dark. The most annoying thing that can ever happen diving alone is anchor stuck. I got it, it's a pain, I'm wasting time, running out of light, trying to get the stupid anchor out. Oh, painful. Stuck under a ledge. Trying to dive it out myself is a pain. Got it out, got it up, at least I could see how to pull it with a boat. So, just painful waste of time in the good time of the day. Anyway, we're back in a minute.
First dive at this last spot, I was absolutely stoked to head to the bottom and finally see a nice little snapper. Hadn't quite got to the bottom and he just sort of swam off, so I headed straight to the bottom and began to scratch. As I was scratching, I noticed another one coming in, hidden behind a surgeonfish. Aimed up at that snapper, surgeon was trying to get in the road, pull the trigger. Oh, that stupid surgeonfish swam in the road. Ended up stoning a surgeonfish instead of shooting my snapper. Gutted.
Oh, what a pain. Stupid surgeon swimming between me and the snapper. Oh, you mongrel.
Next dive was so fishy. Just baitfish everywhere and small surgeonfish, little goatfish. I just started scratching and looking around to see what I could see. Off in the distance I saw a really nice corro. I knew what I needed to do, ducked my head down, got in behind the rock, seeing if I could creep forward, get closer without spooking him. Popped my head around the rock, and you know what? That corro was popping his head around to see me as well. So lucky. Pulled the trigger. Ooh, again, not a great shot. Had to make sure I got a hold of that fish before I headed to the surface.
Oh, corro. Oh, corro number 2. That's awesome.
Starting to get really dark and dirty, and as I was heading to the bottom on this last dive, I noticed a nice little jobfish off in the distance. I thought, you know what, this fish is just coming straight so close, I'm not even going to head to the bottom. Just swung my gun slowly, aimed up, and he comes straight in on me, pulled the trigger on a nice jobfish. At this size, they are such beautiful sashimi, absolutely stoked.
Well, it's getting late and that dirty water does not help. Dark as on the bottom, and we shot a few fish, so it's pretty cool. I'm going to probably head home. Got a fair way to go home. Pretty cool little arvo. Couple of nice corals. Like to shoot 2 corals in a day. Doesn't happen a lot. 2 nice corals. Pretty stoked on those fish. Beautiful to eat. Absolutely gorgeous to look at. Tusky. He's going to taste great. One of my favourite eating fish. Nice tusky. Moo town. Moo. Always cool to shoot local moo. Stoked on that fish too. The first fish of the day. How many blades you got landed? Chipped by a mackie, but nice. Stoked. Pretty cool. Time to head home, I think. Oh, forgot to bring my food. Painful. Bit of a run home. I usually like to have a snack on the way home because I haven't eaten all day. But I forgot my food. It's left in the car, which is painful. Hey, thanks for watching today. Hope you got all the way through and enjoyed everything you saw. I hope you learn a lot. Listen, I always hope you're learning. I don't like just telling everyone where I dive and all of those things, but if you watch, you'll learn, you'll pick up heaps of stuff. Guys have messaged me saying they've learned a whole bunch from just watching my stuff. Hey, Rife Gear, if you're looking for some Rife Gear, make sure you jump into Adreno, online or in store. Tim Spear, 10% discount. Don't miss out on that. I know that's going to be awesome. Makes a big difference. And make sure you jump in and grab some of the gear. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for messaging. Hope to see you on the next one.
Out for solo dive the other day, and this is the result. About to fill it. Nice tusky. Those double corals. Probably not the best shots ever made on coronations ever, but double corals, a couple of parodies, moo, jobfish. That's going to make some beautiful sashimi this afternoon. I'm going to be eating good. Great little solo run. Missed a couple of fish. Had a bit of a shocker. But anyway, this is the result. I'm going to knock some billets off and look up later. Eat with the family. It's going to be great. Man, these fish are beautiful. Some colours on those coronation trout. Unfortunately for them, they taste as good as they look. Well, about to cook up some fish. It's my favourite old deep fryer. She's cooked a lot of fish, this girl. Kids coming over for dinner tonight, and Geordie and Wendy, myself. This is just straight filleted in some panko crumbs. Simple, easy. It tastes so good. Tusky and coronation. Beautiful. Oh, and that's the result. Beautiful. Deep fried tusky and coro. So good. Beautiful. Hello, my beautiful wife. Fish wraps. They're gonna be good. Jessie.
Hi.
See our fish wraps.